There's something seriously wrong in there. What the heck? I just picked up a box of stuff, music-related stuff at a garage sale, but is it trash or is it treasure? Help me decide. Coming up next. Hi, my name is Frank. Welcome back to channel 33 RPM, your channel for vinyl gear and more. I love garage sales. I haven't had a lot of luck this year, but I stumbled upon this late season garage sale. I was in this big building and they had a bunch of stuff, but I zeroed in, dear 33ers, on some music related stuff. And in this box came with an 8-track player and a bunch of stuff in this box, including some tapes, some 8-tracks, and a Walkman, or a Walkman knockoff, a personal cassette player, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, let's dive into this. Dear 33ers, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. A thumbs up also helps this channel continue to grow. I appreciate your support. Alright, so this was the one sitting on top of the box. It is an 8-track player. It's the price tag on it, $20. And I said, is it $20 for the 8-track player or for the 8-track player and everything in the box? And the guy said, well, it's for everything in the box. So it came to 21. I didn't have 20 bucks, but he actually had like a debit thing on his phone. So there's a $1 service fee on that. So it came to $21. This is a Lloyd's stereo 8-track tape player. It's got balance, tone, volume. I tried an 8-track player on this channel for the first time last year. If you missed that video, I'll leave a link, and I still have that player. I'm not convinced this one's gonna work. Listen, it's got like, can you hear that? Like, there's something seriously wrong in there. So, actually, I'm just gonna, let's take the screws off the back and just, let's see what's inside. Okay, I just pulled the 3 screws off of here. And, oh my gosh, what the heck? The guy was storing stuff back here. Including a guitar pick for Pop's Music, Winnipeg. That was a music store. And usually if people are hiding things in gear, it was usually to hide weed back in the day. But oddly, it's a Max Webster cassette. And it's empty. There was no weed inside. And there's a spider in here. But actually, it looks okay. So it's just this tape rattling around in there. I'm going to put this back together, and towards the end of this video, we'll plug the sucker in to see if it works. Also in there was this JIL stereo cassette player. Wasn't familiar with the JIL brand. Back in the day, I had a Panasonic Walkman knockoff. Anyway, we'll try that out later in the video as well. I'm going to snap a picture of this box here as I'm doing this video so I can show you. It's literally a bread box full of tapes and whatnot. I was excited about this one, Kiss. Hotter Than Hell. This is not a 1970s one. This looks like a 1980s reissue. There's a bunch of stuff in here. Maybe I won't even go through it all, but we got Leonard Skinner, Street Survivors. We got Streetheart, a local band. These guys are great. This was like, I swear this was the inspiration that John Bon Jovi took for his first couple Bon Jovi albums. But the original lineup of Streetheart kind of fractured after the debut, and half of them went to form Loverboy. What else we got in here? We got Aerosmith, their debut album on 8-track. And these look like they're in nice condition, but who knows? We won't know until we pop them in there, because as I've learned, 8-tracks have a way of deteriorating as the years go by. We got Aerosmith, Toys in the Attic. Got the Guess Who on KTEL. That's kind of odd. KTEL presents the Guess Who 20 original unedited hits. That's another local band here. Of course, they had tons of, I mean, their biggest song is probably American Woman, but they also had These Eyes. That's one of my favorites. Running Back to Saskatoon. Follow Your Daughter Home. Undone. Undone, such a classic. I got the Beatles Part 2, so I'm assuming Part 1 is in there somewhere. Fleetwood Mac, Rumors, Elton John, April Wine, Supertramp. Oh, yes. The Coop. Well, the original Alice Cooper Band, $1 Billion Babies, my favorite, probably, Alice Cooper Band release. I mean, it doesn't get better than that, does it? Kansas, Stampeders, Styx, blank cassettes. Remember Realistic cassette tapes, blanks? Who remembers those? Realistic, Low Noise, 60 Minute. This is a type 1. If it was type 2, I'd be more excited. ABBA, BTO, another local band, the best of BTO. More Guess Who. Look at this. This is a blank 8-track. CCR, Chronicle, Boston. More April Wine, Stand Back. Supertramp, Even in the Quietest Moments. ZZ Top, as my French teacher used to say. There are, I don't know, a couple dozen 8-tracks here, so I just want to show you some of the highlights. Sgt. Pepper, Bay City Rollers, Alice Cooper Goes to Hell, Rolling Stones Made in the Shades. Is this a compilation or is this a live album? Sweet, Desolation Boulevard. Anyway, I don't want to dwell on these some more. Let's plug some of this gear in and see what happens. First thing we're gonna do, man, those 8 tracks had a musty smell that obviously been stored in my garage for a while. Anyway, what am I doing with the glasses? I can't see things up close with them anymore. Anyway, here we go. This rip-off Walkman. It's got some weight to it. So it's not super cheap. I don't know. There would have been sort of a strap here back in the day to wear it around your neck or over your shoulder or whatnot. So it's got a little diagram about how to insert the batteries. It does not have an eject, so you've got to manually open it, but you can hear that. I mean, when you press play, it engages. Fast forward works. There is no rewind. These are Monoprice headphones. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Monoprice at all. That's where we get all our headphones for our family from. They're budget headphones, but it's premium budget, if that makes sense. Or it's they sell really good stuff. It's kind of like the modern day Radio Shack in some respects. It's all online, but they sell headphones. That's where I get all my plugs from for my stereo, RCA connectors, RCA cords, banana plugs, all that sort of stuff. It's always from monoprice.com. And the headphone input is actually on the side. I'm totally not used to that. Turn the volume down. All right. That sounded horrible. It was like the music was really, really quiet, and the pops and the bangs were louder than anything else. So I'm just going to try another cassette just to make sure it wasn't the cassette. Not promising. Oh, that sounds horrible. So far, this is turning out to be more trash than treasure, but let's try hooking up the 8-track player behind me and see what happens there. All right, I got a long cord here. And of course, while I'm doing all this, my battery is dying, so I'm gonna have to take a break. I'm gonna recharge the battery in my camera, and then once we resolve all this, I'll be back. Okay. I'm back. I gotta tell you what happened with this 8-track. So I did plug it into there. I did get power to it. I put the 8-track on, and all of a sudden the circuitry in my receiver kicked in, shutting it down. Like it hit mute and it shut the volume down right away. So that emergency circuitry usually kicks in when the receiver is overloaded. The signal coming in it is just too strong. There's too much juice coming into it. So I was like, what's going on here? So I took a closer look at the 8-track player. Hold on, I'll show you this. So here it is. This thing was not designed as a component to plug into a stereo system. This was designed as an 8-track / amplifier. If you look back here, these two are labeled phono. So those are inputs. And this one is labeled speaker. It's got these RCAs, and those are speaker outs. It's not an auxiliary out, or it's not meant to be plugged into a receiver. I mean, this is This is the stereo system. So what I did, I plugged it in again and very carefully lowered the volume down to basically nothing, and had the volume down on the receiver and on the amplifier, and I slowly turned it up. So it does work. There is signal coming out of here, but it's not designed, as I said, to be plugged in to a stereo system and to be a component. This is the stereo. So that's not what I'm looking for. I don't really have a use for this. So, I mean, just based purely on that, this is probably more trash than treasure. Full confession, I did snap one of the 8-tracks as well. They're old, they need work. I mean, at least some of the cases are in decent shape. It's not a total waste, and I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this guy. So the other thing is, this portable cassette player, I really wanted this to work. However, I wasn't so lucky. I mean, yeah, you didn't hear what I heard before just because it was copyrighted music. I'm just not gonna get into that with YouTube. But I mean, it sounded like it was playing in a different room. So I actually took rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, and I tried cleaning the tape head, and I took some deoxit and I cleaned the input and the slider, and no use. I mean, this thing is not working. So that is also a dud. That is also trash. So I was excited about this. I thought it was worth a shot, and I guess it still is worth a shot. As I said, I got those 8-tracks, but overall, I confess, I admit it, this is more trash than it is treasure. Thanks for sticking around this far in the video. All right, 33ers, you don't win them all. It's a gamble when you go to garage sales, but I'm not giving up. How were your garage sales this year? How are your yard sale finds? Anything good? I would love to know. Let us know in the comments below. As always, if you dug this video, quick thumbs up is always appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck are you waiting for? You can watch videos like this one and videos better than this one, so please do hit that button. Otherwise, dear 33ers, as always, I wish each and every one of you a fantastic week. Until next time, keep on spinning.